What's up, guys? I'm Rendicator back again. How's everybody doing? And today, I should say, well, it's late, but when this uploads, I'm gonna do something that I haven't done in a long time, and but as you all know, I am a big fan of this profession, and I don't talk about it as much when it's not. I do talk about it, but it's only through like live Q&As. But today, guys, I'm gonna talk about NXT Brooklyn 4. Well, it's fresh in my mind and everything like that. Fun fact: Malcolm was there tonight. This was his third time, right? Third time going. I went last year with him. NXT Brooklyn 3. Had a lot of fun. I couldn't go this time. I wanted to go, but then when I put in the factor that I already saved up and put money for Comic-Con this year, I was like, okay, I can't go this year. Maybe next year, because they probably do it annually. They're going to do it again there. But we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about the matches in general. I had a poll going on the 4 championship matches that happened. I didn't take like predictions on the whole thing. I just took predictions on who was going to take the titles from the 4 matches. Yeah, mostly we're the whole card, pretty much. And basically, I came out basically 2 for 2. Actually, 2 for 2. So let's kick it off. How did I think about the show? Overall, show was great. Overall, show was great. As always, I'll get that out of the way. Let's get that right out of the way first. Overall, the NXTs never truly disappoint me. They always tend to strive for the best entertainment they can, and it's always, and after the takeovers, I always turn to and say, now top that main roster. Now, because it's always that matter. They got to top now the quote-unquote rookies. Okay, yeah. But kicking off this Brooklyn, we had the Undisputed Era versus Mustache Mountain. I don't have a mustache, so I can't really do it. I dig Mustache Mountain's theme. I like that theme. Sounds like something out of an 80s video game, like Double Dragon or something like that. But the match was fast-paced, hard-hitting. Tyler Bate continues to impress me and amaze me at such a young age that he is. The man can only go high in his career. I don't really see him descending outside of maybe getting, I'm not going to jinx it or anything like that. And his partner Trent Seven, right? Seven. I don't want to butcher his name, so I'm trying not to. Severin, thank you. So, but the match was definitely fast-paced, hard-hitting. You could see that these two teams know each other pretty damn good. They know their repertoire to the point. There was even a spot in this match where the tables were turned. Remember when Tyler Bate had to watch his partner get wrecked with a submission hold, and he threw in the towel? There was even a spot with that, and I loved how it basically. I thought it was going to happen. I even at one point, I'm gonna be honest with you, I even thought I smelt a heel turn coming from Trent. I was like, why do I got this in my head, a heel turn? Like, almost like poetic justice, like, you did it to me, I'm gonna do it to you. But I'm glad it was wrong, because he threw it and they made the tag. However, like I said before, the two teams know each other very well, and Undisputed Era was able to capitalize on that. And 1, 2, 3, they pinned Trent, and they kept their belts. However, my prediction was right. I actually had Undisputed go over on Mustache Mountain. Only reason why, and this is the only reason why I had it that way, because once the War Raiders or War Machine came out a few weeks ago claiming like whoever wins, that's who they're going against, I clearly looked at it like, yeah, they're not going to do this, you know, with Mustache Mountain, and yeah, they're not going to do it. And I was right. And it happened. War Raiders came out like almost like Leviathans out of the water. Like I saw it coming. I thought they were just gonna bum rush them, but no, they came up, and just demolished Strong and Riley. It was kind of scary. And then that one scene where they threw Riley over there and Big Man caught him and splat. How was it live when they came out, Malcolm? Because while watching on TV, Malcolm was there live, so that's why I'm asking him what was it like live when they came out. But from my point of view, from watching it on TV, when it got silent to the point I'm like, are people into them? Like, they started doing the whole, you know, and I'm like, it's kind of quiet.
I want to say that out of the takeovers, have been the 3. We was talking about that. The word pops, but there wasn't normally that general buzz that is around a NXT crowd. I will say, out of all the NXT takeovers, especially the Brooklyn shows,
right?
Overall, this was probably the weakest crowd because, especially you really noticed it during the EC3 Velveteen Dream, where it was like really silent, and then every once in a while they'll pop.
So
even the Kyrie Shane part, I was like, it's silent.
Like I said, guys, Malcolm was there, so you know he's had the better experience than I did. So after that match, we got into the what was it, EC3 match?
Yeah.
The EC3 Velveteen Dream match. The build up to this match has been basically I want to call, let's call it what it is, a battle of egos, a dick measuring contest. Pretty much what it is. Look, guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. I have not been that impressed with the Velveteen Dream. I haven't, and if that gets me hate, I'm sorry. There are times like he talks the big game, but he don't back it up, and at most of these takeovers he has lost. And this time, I didn't take bids on how the match was going to go, but the match in general, I liked it, but I caught myself actually at times turning away from it. I'm going to be honest, I did. I got up sometimes, went and got me something to drink, and came back, and I'm like, oh, okay. But then there were times where it got good. Then the pacing got slowed down a little bit. Then it picked up, slowed down a little bit. EC3 got hurt, like cuts on his eye at one point in the match. A couple of spots where EC3 clearly showed off how strong he is, and just dropped Velveteen Dream a couple of times. But the big spot that gained EC3 the win, EC3, I mean Velveteen, excuse me, Velveteen the win. I felt like, okay, you know, the hardest part of the mat, pretty much that's what it was. The hardest part of the mat, dropped him, then came off the top rope with his elbow and got the win. I'm like, all right, he finally got a win. So I'm like, all right, he got a win. The biggest thing that I took away from that match was Velveteen's tights that literally said, Vince, call me up, Vince. I looked at that and I cracked up. I'm like, oh, you gotta be kidding me with that. Basically, Velveteen is taking a lot of inspiration from Rick Rude. Rick Rude used to always have these illustrious tights, you know, from back in the day. God bless his soul. You know, back in the day, he used to always have something on his tights that represented the match or something. And Velveteen is very much channeling that. You can see that he does respect the past, which I do appreciate, but he still needs to impress me more. I'm sorry, guys, but he does. I'm not that like high on him like everybody else I seem to think. But overall the match was okay, in my opinion. Next championship match on the card was the match that I really wanted to see. This is the match where I really wish I was there live. The homie Ricochet versus Adam Cole, baby, for the North American Championship. I have to say this because in the era now with WWE where titles designs are lazy, and the North American Championship actually looks very, very, very clean, very cool, very old school. Like I like that approach to it. And this match told a pretty damn good story, in my opinion, of Adam Cole basically showcasing to Ricochet that you're not great. Like, he kept repeating that over and over and over. You're not special. You know, every time we would see Ricochet pull one of his most signature maneuvers, like, you know, the backflip into the Hurricane Rana, Adam Cole dodged it and then would say, you're not special. And it just got, then that pacing just picked up. What I liked about the first few minutes of the match, it was slow moving. It was catch as can, grappling, and arm bars and wrists and everything like that. I like that approach. Then it picked up. And there was rumors that Ricochet was hurt. He tweaked his leg in a live event or so. That's why we haven't seen him on the past couple of NXT tapings. They wanted him to heal up. And there was even a spot where I thought he did tweak it again, and like he slid, and how he slid, he kind of stopped, and he kind of went up, and then he picked up again, but looked like everything was fine. Some of the big spots in this match was probably one, the backflip into the code breaker. That was a dangerous spot. How'd that go? Did that get like a big pop? Yeah. And then of course the other one was the Ricochet trying to go into the kickoff moonsault, and Adam Cole super kicked him right in the throat, and that was probably another big spot. But the match really told a story, in my opinion. It told also from Ricochet's point of view too, of Adam Cole has been hiding behind the title and not really defending it. I mean, his last defense was at the big UK event, and that was against Wolfgang, and it was a decent match. But soon as Adam Cole won that, I kept saying Malcolm and I kept saying over and over, Ricochet is going to be the one that's going to take that belt from him. I smelt it the moment he won that. And it also, my point of view, it also told the match, the whole dynamic of the lions, two young lions going at it. Who's hungrier? Ricochet was more hungrier to take that. there was some spots like they were going back and forth, hitting each other and getting up, take another shot, getting up, and Ricochet hit Cole with that forearm. I was like, damn! And then came back, and this happened. It was going back and forth until finally Ricochet goes up for that just crazy maneuver he does. I have no clue how he does not hurt himself with that, but it is so amazing. That's why I have literally called Ricochet. Basically, Ricochet is if Spider-Man stayed in wrestling. That's all I can say. Is if he stayed in wrestling, that's what Spider-Man would be doing. He won the title. I was happy. I got 2 for 2. I was 2 for 2 at this point for the championship matches. Adam Cole. This would be interesting to see how he jumps back from this loss as well. You know, will we start seeing maybe, you know, I'm not saying, but maybe will we start seeing maybe some dissension in maybe the ranks? Yeah, because now Adam Cole has no belt again, and now Kyle and Roderick have a belt. And will we start seeing some dissension in the Undisputed Era? Like, yeah, you know, and y'all can also go and say, well, he didn't have a belt when they won before, Chris. But let's be honest, when you have it, you lose it. And being that Adam Cole is supposed to be a heel, think about it. The heel mentality is egos is fatter than ever, and you crave something. And if I can't have it, why should my buddies have it too? Think about that. So we'll see how that plays out. It may not, but we'll see. Ricochet did, he earned this. He earned this. I'm not going to say he deserved it, but he earned it. He earned it. He earned the title. And even in the sense of, if you look at behind the scenes or, you know, after the match, Ricochet and Dunn kind of locked, like almost like, could we see this match? Because Dunn even said, you know, all you are, Ricochet, is somebody, as you have something I want. So could we see the UK champ and the North American champ go at it sometime in the future? I don't know. Would it be great? Hell yeah. But it was a damn good match. I would probably say this is where everything started to pick up, and I did like. Next match on the case was the championship for the women's match. Shayna Baszler, champion, taking on Kairi Sane, the Pirate Princess. She is so fucking adorable. I'm sorry, dudes. She is adorable. I love her. She comes out. How was the pop for her? Yeah. Right. Mm-hmm.
Kind of like silent, like her murmurs and everything, but it wasn't like a substantial pop. Even when Shayna came out like the horse, and then there's the boo.
Mm-hmm.
When she initially came out, there was the boo, but then kind of just went silent.
Okay. But like I said, Kairi comes out, she comes out, Shayna comes out. Of course, the rest of the 4 horsewomen are there. Oh, really? Oh. Okay. This match also told a pretty good story. In the beginning, definitely, that Kyrie got in Shayna's head. You know, Shayna's always supposed to be like this cool, calculated killer. She doesn't get rattled. Me and Malcolm call her the junk food kid. You remember that character in the Rugrats cartoon, the junk food kid? That's what we kind of call her at times. Yeah, so we kind of gave her that nickname. She's like the junk food kid. But it told a good story in the beginning where Kyrie was matching Shayna in terms of like, I can get in your head. Like, I'm going submission holds with you. I'm doing this. And then that's when it started to pick up where Shayna started. She started doing that. Then she started to get into the whole picking a body part apart, literally. When she put that ankle lock, that crowd went crazy because they had her, and the camera work was even crazier. Like, they had her wrenching and twisting, and it was like, okay, Kyrie, you better do something or you're gonna lose this. And I was kind of scared for this at times because every time I get my hopes up from the past with the women against Shayna, they lost. I thought Nikki Cross was gonna beat Shayna because of her lunacy was gonna be just too much for Shayna, but it didn't happen. But after the whole picking that body part apart, we started seeing Kyrie go to some other place, and she came back and just screaming, "Come on, come on!" And then she smacked Shayna one time, and smacked her again, and it was like almost like she became an, I'll use a Japanese term, she became an Oni. Like, it's the spirit of an Oni jumped in her because she turned to something else real quick, real fast, and that's when she started to pick up that pace, going off the ropes, hitting the slingshots, over the like, you know, her somersault neck breaker. She hit a couple of those. Coming back, she just started to whoop Shayna. Shayna would come back. There was even one point Shayna stepped on her bad knee and did that knee that she used. I was like, oh God. Then there was even one point I remember early in the match where Kyrie threw Shayna out, and she turned around, and I don't know if she was looking at the rest of the four horsewomen, but she kind of made that symbol like the belt's mine, and then that's right there. That's when a little bit of this started creeping in my head. I was like, please don't tell me that they're gonna get involved now. Like, you know, I'm thinking, please don't get them, don't jump the rails, you know. So I was glad to see that didn't happen. Kyrie hit 3 elbows. She hit 1 on the back. She hit 2 in the front, and still didn't get the pin. And there was even one point where Kyrie went again for the walk the plank, but didn't get a tap out. I told Malcolm, I said, what would be cool is if Kyrie got a tap out on Shayna, but unfortunately it didn't happen. What happened was Kyrie, hot, she's red hot, she goes up again for the insane elbow. Unfortunately, Shayna blocks it and goes into the rear naked choke. And unfortunately, Kyrie, being who she is, that backfired on Shayna, and which is always a cool spot to see when somebody's got you in a sleeper hold or choke, and they just flip, take their momentum and flip. while you're down, your shoulders are pinned, she got the win. Kyrie got the win. I was now 3 for 3. She gets the win. I was happy for Kyrie. She earned it. She has worked her way up. In terms of who I can see her going against, I think we're going to see another Shayna match with her, and maybe to the point where, because Shayna's going on this whole route, she didn't beat me, her skills didn't beat me, I beat myself, and I hate that. I hate that. Whenever they do that, it's like, as me wanting to be a commentator, just want to jump into the commentator's body and be like, stop. You lost. Stop. Shayna went to the well too much with the choke, and she got beat. And you could just see pure emotion on Kyrie's face. She laid in the ring. You could see she was kind of crying. She got up. Even crying, she looks cute. I'm sorry, but she earned this. She earned this. I definitely think we're going to see a Bianca Belair, another match between them two again, which is going to be great when she comes back. But we're definitely going to see another Kyrie Shayna. You know she's going to come on and ask for her rematch for losing, which I don't like, you know. But it was a good match. It was fun. Kyrie gets the win. At this point, guys, now I'm 3 for 3 in the title matches, which cultivated with the Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa match. Last man standing for the NXT title match. This match was supposed to be triple threat, but as you all know, Aleister Black got injured. They had to play off that somebody attacked him, but it was really a groin injury that kept him out of the ring. And I do not want to know what a groin injury feels like. It's fucking painful. But yeah, it was that. So it comes back down to a Gargano and Ciampa match. And Malcolm told me that after the match, one guy said that he doesn't want to see this match anymore. I guess now we're starting to hear that. We're starting to see that now, that, you know, maybe they went too much with this, you know, didn't cut back a little bit. But Johnny is in like a Venom-like suit. His happy face thing is now like, it's got a symbiote look to it. I was like, okay, I see how it is going. This match is, as well as all their matches have been, brutal, hard hitting. You know, nobody hits you harder than your best friend, right? Yep, that's true. Good storytelling in terms of little poetic justice from Johnny on Johnny's part. Everything Ciampa has done to Johnny, Johnny did it back. There's even a spot with the ring again, and Johnny hit Ciampa this time. There were a couple of spots where I clearly could have saw that being the finish. It wasn't. These two just beat the living shit out of each other. Let's call it what it was. But going back, at this point, Johnny was 0 for 2 at takeovers. So, you know, I was rooting for Johnny. I'm not even gonna lie. I was all behind Johnny. It would have cultivated and been ironic and been pleasing, like, to take the belt from. I had this theory that Ciampa was only holding that belt just for Gargano to take. I thought he was going to be a transitional champion. I thought he was. I thought it was. That's what I thought. But I guess I was wrong. Johnny just went to that place. And sometimes it's fun to see Johnny do that. Go to that dark place and, you know, just lay waste. There were signs where it looked like Johnny, that was it for Johnny. He would get up and like one time where it looked like it was over, Ciampa hit him with lung blowers, 3 lung blowers. And I'm like, oh, God. And then just sat in the chair and was just like, count. Come on. Come on. And Johnny would get a super kick. I was like, what? There were times where Johnny got hit, didn't even look like it phased him. Like I said, he started going to that place, and that place was dark and sinister. Like with the ring spot, the table spot, this spot, chairs, everything you can think of, the spots that they utilized was pretty much to their previous matches. There was even a scene where literally Ciampa tried to bury Johnny in debris and even a dead body, quote unquote. It was a, you know, one of those ring handlers he got kicked by Johnny, and Ciampa threw him after he hit him. Johnny got up, and at that point Ciampa had handcuffs on him. So I knew, I'm like, these handcuffs going to come into play somehow. Like they all do. You know, mostly anytime they set something up, you know this is going to, it may not happen then, it may not happen, but it did. It happened. The match continues. They go outside the ring, and Johnny just lays waste to Ciampa, similar to their previous matches. Johnny handcuffs Ciampa to the side railing by the edge of the, you know, the top of the walk ramp, and he just starts kicking the shit out of Ciampa. Even at points, him just telling you, I'm sorry. And you just see John, you're sorry. It's too late for that. He just starts, there's even one when he stopped and started thinking about it, like, should I? You deserve this. He pulls down, at one point, he pulls down his knee pads, pulled down one of his knee pads, and runs at Ciampa, hitting him. Clunk. That, in case, jettisons Johnny to hit the stage equipment, his knee. From my view, I'm like, that didn't look too bad. But he's down. He rolls over off the stage, and he's on the floor, and the ref's still counting. And counting. And counting. And counting. And counting until they get to maybe 9. You look to your upper right where Ciampa is, still knocked out. He, with the handcuffs on, he rolls off, and his rolling, he's standing, while 10, Johnny can't get up because of his knee. And Ciampa's still the champ. So at this point now, I said before, I was 3 for 3 with, I became 3 for 4 with the championship matches, and I didn't like the finish at all, guys. I did not like that finish at all. I'm gonna be honest with you. As soon as that happened, I'm like, are you kidding me with this? Like, really? Really? Like, now this keeps going, but then all of a sudden, you know, that quiet talk, and Johnny Gargano dislocated his knee, and I'm just like, oh God, here we go. So Ciampa wins, rubs it in Johnny's face again. Johnny is hurt, but this time notice that his wife did not come out. Not this time, she did not come out. I didn't like the finish, guys. I didn't. And then when they showed it again in slow motion, I still was like, that knee shot, the knee into the casing still does not look that devastating. I'm just like, no, like, I'm like, okay, see, now this continues again. This is going to continue. I'm sorry, but Johnny should have went over. Johnny should have went over. Now, where is this? It's like, oh, come on. And Ciampa tells the ref, raise my hand. He stands out there for a while. He goes. He comes back out. And it's just like, is he playing the heel role well? Yes, he is. But I'm sorry. I didn't like that finish. There were several spots that could have instantly been the finish. But this one, I'm just like, eh. There was even a point where I thought, literally, Ciampa's going to come out again, or is going to stay up there too long, and Johnny just going to fight through and like leap at him, hurt and all, and probably cost him, try to injure him to the point where he has to relinquish the belt. There was some part of me thinking that way, like, yeah, he's going to do something. And it was even a point where Johnny wanted to, but he couldn't get up. And I'm just like, oh, here we go again. I will admit that, am I getting tired of this feud? I'm not tired of it necessarily, but I think they kind of have oversaturated it a little too much. Like, okay, we did it. Okay, now let's do it again for another takeover. But now it also brings up the question, okay, was this always going to be the finish, even if Black was in it, or not? You know, so it also got to look at it from that point of view too. Which I actually have looked at it too. It's like, okay, so was Ciampa always going to go over? Or was Black going to take the pin, or whatever, and then that still leaves Johnny with revenge? Now it's like a bad case of karma for Johnny. He gets a championship match and he injures himself. Overall, guys, NXT Takeover Brooklyn 4 was good. Was it great? No. I will admit that I was a little concerned with the crowd, the Brooklyn crowd. There were times, like Marvin said, there were times where I felt like, no, are they really into this or not? But the matches were pretty good. Each one told a pretty good story.